Hi guys, I'm Spiral Power and today I'm gonna be showing you guys a basic guide to Bloodborne spell. Um, I think a lot of people is kind of confused about the Bloodborne spell. So this is going to be a guide for just beginners that is confused. If you already understand how Bloodborne spell works, then you don't need to watch this video. So let's get into it. So your player one, let's say you're player one, and you start first. So you start off with 2 mana. Remember the first player start off with 2 mana, and then your second turn will have 3 mana, and then your third turn you will have 4 mana. So you will have your first Bloodborne spell on 4 mana. But remember that Bloodborne spell doesn't stack. But you can keep Bloodborne spell until next turn and then use the Bloodborne spell on the next turn. That means you don't have to use the Bloodborne spell right away. You can use it on the turn 5. But if you don't use it on turn 5, and this Bloodborne spell you having is a wasted. So you just wasted a Bloodborne spell if you don't use it. Turn 4 or 4 mana or 5 mana. Yeah. And then turn 6 you're gonna get one more Bloodborne spell. So you can use a Bloodborne spell on turn 5 and then 5 mana and 6 mana consecutively. Or you can just use it at 5 mana and then you don't use it at 6 mana, you use at 7 mana. That's okay, that's fine as well. And then the same thing with 8 mana. So when you are at the 8 mana and 9 mana, 9 mana is you can use Bloodborne spell whenever you have Bloodborne spell. You can always use Bloodborne spell when you have 9 mana. So that's what I mean. So you can use 1, 2, 3, and then on the 9 mana you can use one more for a Bloodborne spell. So that's how it works for player 1. I hope that's not confusing, but yeah. For player 2, you can use your first Bloodborne spell on the turn 3 as well as same like first player, but it's different that you have 5 mana. You can use it at the 5 mana, and then next time you can use again at 7 mana. Similar to how it works for player 1. If you don't use at 5 mana, you can save the Bloodborne spell for the 6 mana. You can use it then at the 6 mana, and then 7 mana you can use it again, or you can just save it until 8 mana and then use at the 8 mana. If you don't use your Bloodborne spell on 7 or 8 mana, you have wasted this Bloodborne spell. Let's say you don't use Bloodborne spell at the 5 and 6 mana, and then you use at 7 mana, and then you cannot use another Bloodborne spell because you have missed this. You have wasted the first Bloodborne spell. So that's what I mean. Yeah. You don't have to use Bloodborne spell right away at the turn 3 or when you have 5 mana. You can use it on 6 mana. But if you don't use it on 6 mana, then you have wasted it. So you just have to wait which one is better for you. So next, I will show it to you guys in the game. So this will be in one of my older replay. So it's going to be so I'll show it to you guys how it really works out in a replay. Maybe that will be easier to understand. So on my turn 1 I drop this. I use Mana Vortex and I Phoenix by this Chakra Avatar with my Fox on here. Okay, and then on his turn 2 he's got 3 mana. He can't use the Bloodborne spell yet. He played himself with Lantern Fox. Okay, then it's my turn. My 4 mana, I cannot use Bloodborne spell yet, and then I use Oink Seal. Hit, attack. Okay, and then replacement Phoenix Fire. So next turn he will be able to use a Bloodborne spell. We'll see what he is going to do. He take that mana spring. So there, he used a Bloodborne spell right there. But you can see the mistake. He should have played the 4-inch Magi before he played his Heart Seeker. That is his mistake right there. So on my turn, on my 5 mana, I can play my Bloodborne spell. So I use that Twin Strike, Arcane Heart, and then I'll use a Veil Hunter. See how I use my first Bloodborne spell on my 5 mana? Yeah. And he's also got a Twin Strike. Okay. He attacked me. I move backwards. I replace a card and then I move back. I play my 4-winds Magi. Actually, no, I play that first. So, his 6 mana, he can use a Bloodborne spell right now. Okay, he used the Mist Dragon Seal to kill off my 4-winds Magi. Ouch. You see how he is not using his Bloodborne spell? He keep it. So it says here I forgot to mention that in this new patch they also have this timer. If it says in 2 turns, then your next turn will count as 1. So if it's count 1, that means the next turn that will come to your turn, you will be able to use the Bloodborne spell. If it says 2 turn, then it's your 2 turn that it will be. So if it says 1, you should, and you already have 1 Bloodborne spell, you should use your Bloodborne spell, or unless you got a much better choice by doing something else. I went with Blood Rage Mask, and then I went with Phoenix Fire. Summon my Heart Seeker and shoot him with my Veil Hunter. Shoot the 4-inch Magi. You see here, he's got his Bloodborne spell. So he will want to use this Bloodborne spell. And then he used Oink Basil. And then he uses Bloodborne spell. Next turn he can use another Bloodborne spell. You see it says 1 here? That means next turn it will be ready. The Bloodborne spell will be ready on the next turn. Okay, he hit me with that. And he inner focus it. I think this is a pretty bad play. You don't need to inner focus just for that. That's a really bad play. Okay, and then you see my turn, it says 1. That means my Bloodborne spell will be ready on the next turn. So his will be ready on his next turn. See with that? Okay. Mana Vortex. Arcane Heart. So my Bloodborne spell is ready, and I should be using my Bloodborne spell every turn, because if I don't use it now, next turn I'll just waste the Bloodborne spell. Especially when you're low on cards, you should be using Bloodborne spell every turn. I didn't use 2 Killing Edge because maybe he'll kill off the Pando, and yeah, I'll just keep my Pando alive for now. Yeah, the Pando is something that cannot be attacked. See how I got a Bloodborne spell again? Yeah, so that's how it is. I think you guys will understand about Bloodborne spell better now, and yeah, don't make mistake about it. So I hope you guys like my video. If you like them, you can like and subscribe. If you have any comments, you can leave them below. Thanks for watching and share with your friends. See you next